All right, so for those that aren't super familiar with Runeterra, expeditions are their form of limited, which I've enjoyed them a lot. I've been playing them off stream. You get a free expedition token every single week in your vault, I believe. At a certain level, you get them at least. So I have a ton saved up. So I've got 17 tokens here still. So even if you use your tokens, it's fairly cheap. This is $2 worth of coins or shards to enter the expedition with. And in expeditions, you actually guaranteed get 2 runs, and you get prizes for whichever run is better. So the way expeditions work, in addition to being limited, the way expedition works, in addition to being a limited format, is that you play until you take 2 losses in a row. And your run ends when you hit 7 wins. Okay, so the drafting in this game is more synergistic than in Magic. You draft groups of cards as opposed to just single cards. Yeah, I believe the extension technically allows for voting. I'm going to ignore your vote, chat. This isn't a democracy. I'm going to take Twisted Fate here. Again, Twisted Fate is like a good value card, even if we don't end up drafting a deck that can level him aggressively. Just like, that's pretty reasonable. I'm not a big fan of Yasuo. Garen's okay. The 2 other cards with Garen aren't stellar, though. I like Shell Shocker, and Pocket Ace is a good trick, so I think I'm going to take the Twisted Fate file. How much do we have to pay to do a vote-driven expedition on stream? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm summoned, create in hand a card from your regions for each back alley barkeep you've summoned this game. Yes, yeah, it tells you like what your groups of cards do. We could draft this and like just try and just like draft all the back alley barkeeps. Taking a break from watching Crokies lose games to Rita skipping priority with Tower and Blood Arts. That's great. I think the Draven Spider pile is sweet. Draven's just a good card. And we've got House Spider and Sentries are both like just good quality cards. And like I like how it shows you your curve here at the bottom. So I think for curve purposes, getting some 2s and 3s sounds good. Coral Creature and Jowl Hunters are both very reasonable. These are both decent pieces of spot removal. Do we want more cheap units or we want some spot removal? I feel like I could go for the cheap units. I love Jowl Hunters. Like, 4-1 with Challenger basically makes it a removal spell, and then it summons a random sea monster, which is honestly probably even better in Limited than it is in Constructed. Yeah, you can have up to 3 regions in drafts. You can see here, I'm currently Bilgewater and Noxious, and it's offering me Piltover. Thanks for the 11 months, Drunk Cow. Welcome back. I appreciate the prime. There's I gave up on the back alley barkeep earlier. Yeah, Kato the Arm is a great piece of top end tier. Gives a support ally 3 attack and overwhelm, and House Spider's just a good unit. It comes with a 1/1, so another 2 drops right here for curve purposes as well. And this sounds fantastic. Blade's Edge isn't super playable, but effects like this are better in Runeterra than they are in Magic because damage stays on units. I don't really think I want another Pocket Aces. I like this for curve purposes. Let's try and draft something aggressive. Pool Shark isn't an amazing card because the thing it draws is fleeting, but Slippery Wave Rider I think is another great piece of top end for an aggro deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. It's elusive, so it can only be blocked by their elusive stuff. Yeah, Bull Shark's a fine mid-game draw. Agree with that. These other two picks over here both have a pretty weak card in them. Fervor's a good piece of reach for an aggressive deck, and Guillotine to randomly kill larger things sounds good. Okay, we could do this and push harder on the spider theme. I've got 2 house spiders and a precious pet. Another Noxian Fervor is not bad. Yeah, let's try and push on the spider thing a little bit. Yeah, love it. Okay. This seems great. Both of these cards giving multiple things extra attack is also kind of synergistic with House Spider. I have 15 units and 7 spells so far. I think I want to lean on these. I don't know that I want necessarily more Pool Sharks. Hired Gun's very good. Giving their strongest thing vulnerable. Hired Gun's basically pseudo removal. I don't know that I necessarily want more Brothers Bond. And I'm already at 3 Fervor, so I think I'm going to take the more cheap threats. I already have 4 5-drops in my aggro deck, so I think I'm going to take the 4/3 Overwhelm and the Piece of Reach. That's going to randomly dome their Nexus too, which is nice. I already have 2 Blade's Edge. This is kind of a low quality card. So rather than drafting a 3rd, I think I'm going to take Spell Shocker. And I really don't think I want a 3rd's Blade's Edge. Reckoning is not something that's very good with our deck so far. And I think, again, just like shying away from a 3rd's Blade's Edge, I'm going to take Spell Shocker and Pull Shark. Then we got to get some exchanges here. Pull Shark, I'm actually not super excited for Pull Shark, and I have 3 of them, so swapping that for a Hired Gun actually sounds great. This is an extra spider up here, though, which is kind of appealing as well. The number of 2-drops that I have is a little bit low, so I think I'm inclined to take the Hired Gun. Yeah, it's tough. I've got two Arachnoid hosts, which like kind of makes Sentry more appealing. And like I was talking about, Blade's Edges isn't awesome. Maybe it is just the Sentry. Yeah, that's true. My curve is pretty low, which makes Pull Shark better. Now, I don't think I want to give up my host. I think I'm gonna take the Sentry. Let's lean into the spiders a little bit, see how we do. Another thing, too, is when you play through an expedition, you get to add more cards to your deck the further you get into it. So we drafted through 15 picks to start there. And then we're gonna get to draft more as we get wins. Nah, this is just for funsies, Zoran. The first 2 decks we played today, I felt like I had seen enough of them after an hour, and I wanted to do a little bit more Runeterra before shifting to Subnautica. Freljord, Ionia, Karma, Anivia, so probably something controlling. It might be right to keep Pocket Aces just because I have these attuned creatures. How do you approach expedition matches versus ranked matches? I'm not sure I understand your question. Yeah, you'll eventually have four champions in your expedition deck. When all said and done. Good, solid, aggressive start here for us. That's exactly what our deck's looking to do. Crack for 5 on turn 2 is great. I have Kato the arm here to punch through at the top end of the curve. I can move chat back. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Appreciate you. I moved it so people could see our deck more clearly. Thanks for the heads up.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Scouts away to the rescue! Shelly, we're playing a different game.
Alright, I think I'm gonna Fervor my 1/1 to their 3/3 here, and then open on attacks for 5 next turn. This is actually kind of a nice pickup. So I can jailbreak to summon a random follower. If they play a blocker, I can sentry to stun it. And then get a big hit in. If they have something like an avalanche, we get punished here. So that's what we're looking to fade. I suppose if they avalanche, though, I still get to, like, play Jowl Hunters hit for 4. So it's, like, not the worst. Perfect. This is just like we drew it up here. So, sentry, stun this, attack for 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's tough to play around specific cards, but you can, like, talk about things that they could have. You can also talk about, like sequencing I had here where I was like, okay, what am I doing if they just, like, play a generic unit? I probably want to get set up here to just, like, Kato the arm into open attacks next turn. So hopefully they play a unit pre-combat. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll Kato everyone. Yes, yeah, that is true. Based on the opponent's champions, we can still make estimations about their archetype, even if we can't make good estimations about specific cards we should be playing around.
Stand firm. Let's talk about your tag.
Don't test me.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Stand
Forgot to
firm.
tweet that we were starting draft. Do that now. The champion preview is something that really sets Magic and Runeterra apart. That's why I like champions, because they help with mulligan choices. Yeah, Lord Odin. I really feel like the way champions in this game work are such an elegant middle ground between, you know, like open deck lists and Magic, like giving you all the information, but still giving you something so you can make intelligent mulliganing decisions. Really feel like they hit a nice mix there, where you like get something to like allow good players to make good decisions.
These are dangerous lands.
Lifesteal's annoying. You know, I just like Twisted Fate red card here, so if I draw the deal one, they die. I think I like that. This kills the 3/1 as well.
Who says I don't share?
Yeah, I agree, Quaddle. That's something I really enjoyed about Companions. Magic, like, the fact that you don't get to make intelligent mulliganing decisions in Magic makes matchup variance so much worse in that game. Oh yeah, that's true too. The red card here lets this trade with this, which is nice. That's really unfortunate. It's just gonna deal 1 to everything when it attacks. Oh wait, that actually doesn't... We'd already attacked for the turn, Atromix.
I don't think so.
Rend the skies!
Run away!
Run away!
Oh no.
South Marines, ahoy!
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
We're only 3 away from the deep. You hit deep so quickly in the early limited rounds.
In the air.
So they took the attack off of this, but that's also like not a big deal because I can still, again, combat resolves left to right. So if I hook this down here, they still have to deal with 2 of these to not die because they don't get to lifelink until the last attacker here.
I will endure!
Nice. Love that ordering attackers matters in this game. The fact that the order of your attackers matters really makes... You would think intuitively that because Magic allows for bigger boards, their combat would be more complex on average, but because Runeterra, the order of your attackers matters, I actually think Runeterra combat tends to be deeper than Magic's combat a lot of the time. Yeah, there's Fizz and Zap. Jowl Hunters and Hired Gun are both kinda great. And I actually only have Twisted Fate in my 4 slot right now. Yeah, the fact that units keep their damage on them means that there's no free blocks, right? I think I want the smash and grab here with Twisted Fate. Yeah, I agree, Mapai. Like, if you sit down and think about the number of times you make a bunch of decisions, you think through all the lines in Magic, and the optimal decision is just attack with everything, is frequently the case in your aggressive deck, whereas, like, attacking with everything can be right in Runeterra a lot of the time, too, but the order in which you're attacking matters a lot as well. Yeah, big agree, Debo. I don't want a mulligan here. Shen, Fiora, Quinn. I'm gonna full mulligan here. Oh, I need to put cosmetics on. We're playing on the pleb board with just like this ugly pet. Sorry, Poro, you're just not as cool as the paid ones.
Their own. Who goes there?
How do they have 3 regions? Oh, we're playing draft right now, J-Ray, and in draft you can have 3. Three or more. You can get into 4. These are phantom drafts in this game.
I am one with the land. Stay back.
Yeah, actually, I have a deck submission for the Singleton Gauntlet. Is that going to be tomorrow? Yeah, I think we're going to do the Singleton Gauntlet deck tomorrow, the Tri-Region Singleton Gauntlet, for our Runeterra segment.
They would fall by my blade.
Yeah, I agree, Willmaster. Ooh, they just passed. Deal. I mean, we've got Brothers Bond and Noxian Fervor here. It's like I'm not really super worried about their Fiora.
Trust your instincts. Never lost a fair game. Or played one.
Winning games with bad draft decks is super rewarding. Disagree. a lot of the games you win with bad draft decks in Magic, like, come down to, like, your opponent stumbling and dying or flooding and dying a lot of the time, too. Which is just, like, another one of those kind of, like, awkward, feel-bad type type magic things. Yeah, I agree, Chaotic Crawler. Big agree. A lot of, well, we're just dead here.
They cannot strike what they cannot see. Blood and guts, golden glory.
Strike quickly, strike trying.
Intruders!
Reel him in.
They have a barrier here.
Strike without worry.
I can Noxian Fervor. Wow, this works out super well. I have pleb emotes too, chat. This is no good. They're attacking me, dirty digits.
My crow!
That's a good, it is a good reset. I agree.
Wisdom is strength.
That is a chunky monkey, chat. 4/6 double attack.
Fell into him.
I think we gotta. I agree. We gotta take the trade here. So opponent is a little bit ahead on board and life total, but we've got way more cards in our hand, so hopefully we're gonna catch back up here.
The dragon speaks through me.
Yikes.
Louise! To me!
Oh, the 7/5 would trade. Good call.
Time for violence.
Who dares swims? Run away!
It does trade, so quick attack hits it. This goes to 1 toughness, then they trade on normal attack. Still 5 cards away from deep on these monsters. If they pass, I think I just pass back and end the turn.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
I think we're probably gonna eat it here. Yeah, I should have played this last turn and traded.
With the heartbeat of Noxus.
Yeah.
I'll cut them apart. Face me.
Let's get our ice cosmetic soon. Oh right, we get an improvement. I would love more house spiders, thanks. And we lost because of the bad cosmetics. Easy. Our opponent wasn't sufficiently intimidated because they didn't know how much money we spent on the game. So, if we lose this one, our run ends. If we win this one, it resets and we get a chance to keep playing. So you have to lose 2 in a row for your draft run to finish. I don't know. Are the loadouts per device maybe? Because when I play off stream, I'm usually playing on a tablet or my phone. I'm gonna mulligan Pool Shark. I don't really want to play him on one. I think it remembers it expedition to expedition. I could be right to just hired gun, eat their 2-1 here.
Take a stance.
That's cute. So if they Dragon's Protection this, they're gonna get to eat this, which is annoying.
Danger, hey.
Hey, Nerf Blaster, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, if you haven't tried it, I think it's definitely worth trying, Roller Dude. Especially while we wait for the next set to drop.
You're under our protection. I'll take on anyone.
Let's play our 4-3 out and see what they do here. This can attack into here profitably. I don't think I want to attack this in. Actually, maybe I do, right? Because if they block here, Twisted Fate Gold card can kill this next turn. And they take 4. Seems reasonable.
Don't test me.
So, there's a question of if I want to Pool Shark this turn. The downside to Pool Sharking this turn is twofold. One, if it draws a more expensive card, I'm going to want to play that as opposed to Twisted Fate Gold carding their 4-2. And two, I kind of want to save the extra draw for after I have Twisted Fate in play, just in case I can level them up. So I think I'm just banking the spell mana here.
I've been waiting for this.
And now, I think since we weren't able to get super aggressive here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and trade for their 4-2, and then we'll Gold card kill this, clean the board up. This works out okay.
I'm always up for a round or two.
So when you play Twisted Fate, you get one of his 3 effects at your choice. So we'll deal 2 here and stun it. Not that stunning does anything this round since they've already attacked, but it's fine. And now we'll get to go ahead and drop Pool Shark to draw an extra card next turn.
The game. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks.
That's not a terrible one to be fleeting. I might just go super wide here. I can go like
They cannot strike what they cannot.
Precious Pet, Hired Gun, and Battlecaster. Kinda into that. Oh, this has a barrier though. It's pretty annoying. I suppose I could have Twisted Fate hook this one. I think I can attack. I'll have to like throw Battlecaster away, but I think that's fine. Hey, Stunt Bum. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Okay, I think that means we're probably not attacking. Singles. I was attacking into the first barrier. I don't think I'm attacking into the second. I think we'll go ahead and hired gun the other 3-2 here. And then I can at least Twisted Fate kill this in combat for free.
Luck is smiling.
Even if I don't have good attacks with the rest of them.
I go unseen.
See if they have another barrier they want to burn here. This is elusive, so none of my things can block it. Well, that's rude. Fight is one's a reason to potentially... When do I think Subnautica will happen? Probably about 2 o'clock, like the schedule says. There's also, as a heads up, if you're in the subscriber Discord, and if you're not, you should be, there is an other games category that you can join that I'll tag when I go live with that. Great. Well, we got, hopefully all of their tricks are gone now. Yeah, I think Twisted Fate, like, making Twisted Fate demand a piece of real removal as opposed to a barrier sounds appealing. So I think I'm waiting on him. I agree with that. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this here and then hit attacks. Yeah, it's funny. The way expeditions work, the deep monsters actually get worse the longer your expedition run goes, because your deck gets bigger.
Pledge yourself to the shadow. They follow the wrong master.
Not my first gunfight.
I'm gonna go ahead and double chump here. I got plenty of things in my hand I don't mind playing out. Like an overwhelm card here? Yeah, opponent really does not respect Twisted Fate. So when Battlecaster attacks, all other battling allies gain a bunch. Well, that's just rude.
Don't stand in my way.
What happens if you deck, you lose the game? It might be right to play a pump spell preemptively here, because they could just, like, say no blocks. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to play a pump spell preemptively. I'm hoping they blink, and then I get to blow them out. I'm also, like, not really in danger of dying on the backswing against an Ionia Demacia deck.
Hesitation to tell.
Survey says. That's super unfortunate.
Skill and grace.
Their leftovers are not good though. So we lost Twisted Fate, which feels a little bit bad, but their leftovers aren't fantastic. And like I've got these.
There's another one!
It looks like my Twitch did randomly drop some frames there. It looks like it's sense stabilized. It says 1,000 frames were dropped at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. When you think of the mechanic reveal invoke, I'm skeptical of the RNG factor. So, something that card game players really don't seem to understand consistently is that variance is good. If people didn't like variance, they wouldn't be playing card games. They'd be playing chess or Go or some other incredibly skill-based game. Now, the range on variance or how that variance feels is something that really matters. And I think the way Invoke is templated, where it's going to pull from a specific pool of cards and you get decisions within that, is probably definitely going to be on the good side of variance. Alright, so I got some choices to make here. Another House Spider is kind of appealing. However, I'm giving up a different spider to get it. I think I kind of want just another Slippery Wave Rider here. My deck's also good at going wide, and I don't have a ton of fours, so maybe trading Battlecaster for crowd favor could be okay. I don't know. Spell Shocker is pretty underwhelming, and I have 3 of those. So I think I want a Wave Rider. And you see, if we get our 3rd win, we'll get to select a 4th champion for our deck. Yeah, there's definitely, like, not all variance is good variance. If you want really good examples of bad variance, I'd encourage you to look at Artifact, to speak ill of the dead for a moment. Part of the reason why Artifact failed, there are a lot of reasons why Artifact failed, but I think part of it was definitely because they put variance in bad spots. Ash Lucian, probably something aggressive. Pool Shark, I don't want to play on 1, so I'm going to mulligan that. This is more of like a mid-game card to generate a little card advantage for us. This hand is awesome now. They got rid of a lot of that variance to Artifact 2.0. I don't really have a desire to play Artifact 2.0. It's in my Steam library. I'm probably never going to touch it. Gray Bear, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The original Artifact was a good example of game designers who mistook complexity for depth. And who mistook complexity for good gameplay. Just because your game is mechanically deep doesn't mean it's good.
Scare me.
We have Rangers Resolve here, or Frost Freeze. Pearl Steel, sure. That's true. If Valve maybe decides they're gonna stop having lied to us and like they give us $1 million first place tournament, maybe I'll fire it up. I would hope that my complete collection from Artifact 1.0 translates over to something in whatever their new build is. I would hope.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
To me! To me!
Knocked and ready.
That's super annoying. That's pretty punishing for me deploying more things before attacking here.
It's Draven time. Nothing escapes my watch. Axes coming right up.
Yeah, I think I spent like $150 getting a full set and artifact.
Look out for reavers. If it's a fight they want, stand and fight.
Time for the moneymakers.
I think I make them use a combat trick to save their Lucian here. Sure. I can go back and look. I claimed my artifact purchases on my taxes in 2019. I can tell you exactly how much I spent on artifact. Oh gosh, was some of that in 2018? Some of it might have been 2018. This is $50 for 2019. It was 2018 same. That's an incredible draw. Okay, Jeff was very wrong, and this is why you write things down. I spent a total of $258.20 acquiring a full playset of artifact cards between 2018 and 2019. Honestly, super surprised that no one has put together a class action lawsuit against Valve for that. Because I 100% only spent money on that game because of the false promise of a tournament.
Or played one. Dead in their tracks.
The only reason they got that amount of money from me was because they lied. They said point blank that there would be a tournament with $1 million first place prize in 2019.
Watch and learn.
No, I actually just really like the limited format in this game, do awful. It's a lot higher power level than limited magic, which makes it a lot more fun in my opinion. It's not just like vanilla creatures bumping into each other. So I attacked with my quick attack units here so I could do this inside of combat. Little bit of a risk. But I think this is worthwhile. Try and get their scout off the board too. I feel like this could have gone worse. Yes, it definitely could have gone worse. I assume they're going to open on attacks here.
Slow down, will you?
Really? Okay, that's great for us. House Spider is so good. They should have frosted Draven and deny the axe. Yeah, maybe. They prioritize saving one extra point of life, though.
Making the death deader.
So the thing you have to understand is these spinning axes are free generated cards, right? So like, as you keep hitting with Draven, he gives you more axes, and you could frequently discard axes to axes. You are right in general, this isn't worth a card, but you're not playing it as a card, it's a generated effect.
Here we go.
Here we go. Just do this. Kill their 4-2 quick attack, fog that attack.
Time to get rowdy.
Six off of Deep Still. Can this elusive drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line is a real question.
Coming right up.
Do I want to trade this for this? Probably not. So I think I just attack with these two. Nah, I think that's a cop-out, J-Ray. When we talk about chaff, we're not talking about random disenchants and stuff. I'm talking about things like craw worms. There's like vanilla 6/4s. There's so many cards in Magic Limited that are just like never going to be close to constructed playable. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. It's a pretty stunning draw. Sit down. Ooh, is that a good one, chat? Sorry, friendo, you've been upgraded. Upgrade. I think we're just attacking for 4 and then hoping to survive combat next turn. I don't really have good attacks into this 6/6. So it says scouts, they get another combat step after they do this. Yeah, I think I just play this out, right? I was actually responding to something funny that was posted in a private Discord. So, apologies, but you won't get to see that one. The spinning axes actually mean I can cut through some of these with my 5-power things, which is nice. Auras could be interesting in Runeterra. Auras don't need to exist in Runeterra. Because in Runeterra, you just give something permanent modifiers, which makes things like Purify and Silence effects the way to remove them. So there's really no reason to add a card type.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah, enchantments are basically the boomer. Enchantments are basically the boomer version of that. Yeah, our elusive here really showing why that was a good pickup. One of the reasons why we swapped out for a second one of those during our draft picks. This fills out my curve way better, right? And like Zap drawing things like, is Zap guaranteed to draw Noxian Fervor? It's Guillotine, Pocket Aces, Fervor. Yeah, or a Bond. I don't really think you need the in Expedition part there on your message. I think elusives are just good in general. Alright, we're gonna do one more game in this expedition, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shift gears and do some Subnautica for a little bit. So in addition to having deck queues for Runeterra and Magic, I've also had subs submitting some variety games to play on stream at different points. And we're gonna explore some underwater adventure in Subnautica today. I'm all looking at the 5-drop here, looking for some cheaper plays. I'm not familiar with Subnautica. Me either. It's supposed to be like an underwater survival adventure game, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. That was the descriptor I was given. It's Minecraft-y. Okay.
The chains, they never stop.
I think I'm just passing here. Gonna again save Pool Shark for post-Twisted Fate. Maybe I should pull... There's a lot clearer story. Okay, I prefer games with stories. I play, like, my children enjoy Minecraft a lot, but I'm not super big on it myself for outside of playing with them. I don't mind something being like buildy and crafty if it's plot driven. I'm a lot more interested in things that are plot driven for sure.
Strange.
people person.
What is that? Silverwing Diver.
All or nothing.
That bubbles to ground!
This will be real good here. More missile head. And contrary to Factorio, it has goals. It's not a building game, it's a survival sim. Okay, sweet. I think I'm just wave ridering. This is the most efficient use of my resources. Kinda. I spew the attuned mana, but that's fine.
Lady Elise, where are you?
Trading like 2 for 3 here, which I think is fine. Not super exciting, but like passable. Dex start. Jay Miller, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
With interest.
Yeah, I dropped some frames a little bit ago, Waffle, but nothing consistent. So if you like just had frame drops, it's definitely on you.
We playing bilge rules, son?
Been around a long time. I mostly watched on YouTube, but really been enjoying the Runeterra content. Here's some actual factual money to support that. I appreciate that, Misslehead. I would definitely like to be able to justify doing more Runeterra content at some point. It's definitely my favorite card game at the moment. Excited to see what numbers and things end up looking like with their set release this week. Definitely gonna try and lean into that to justify expanding more.
Reel him in.
Who dare swims?
Yeah, I think if a variety game really clicks Waffle, I plan to do a couple of sessions with it. For example, I had someone send me dollars to play Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3 on stream at some point. And I was definitely installing some mods for that, and I was like, man, if this is half as good as my rose-colored glasses, remember, we'll probably play this more than once. It's unfortunate. It says lifesteal, it's gonna be a tough nut to crack here. If they open on attacks, I might just trade this for it. That's gotta be wrong. Well, there's a bunch of user-created patches that have, like, fixed and changed things over the years, CO. So I set a number of those up before we play it. Is Riot sponsoring me to stream Runeterra? They are not. So people who live in the United States or first world countries, I'm hesitant to call the United States a first world country after the last few months. You have to very clearly disclose that you're being sponsored to play something.
My sword is yours to command.
All right, I think we're done. I guess I could draw the second Wave Rider and then kill them with this, but outside of second Wave Rider, I think we're done here.
Like a fish in water.
Noxian Fervor? Guillotine, that's so sad. If we drew Fervor, we would have killed them here, right? Oh, is it? Oh, right, because Caster... Alright.
Stay back.
That's close. That's close. Almost second across the finish line. Double Radiant Guardian's a tough nut for my aggro deck to crack. Super excited to trade a Spell Shocker out for a second House Spider. Alright, we got to three wins. I do want to try and stick to my schedule, though. So I think we're going to go ahead and call that a wrap on this expedition. Thanks, everybody that hung out for Runeterra stuff today. If you want to go on an underwater adventure with me, hang out. We're going to shift gears and play some Subnautica to wrap up the stream today.